everybody, welcome back to my channel. This is going to be my first makeup tutorial. This is the look I will be doing. It's just a basic full face look. I think I'll be posting all my videos on Sundays. I might try to post every Sunday and Wednesday, but I'm mostly just gonna aim for posting on Sundays. Let's get started. Okay, so of course you start with a clean face and start with your primer. I am using the Fenty Beauty Photo Finish Primer. I just want to put it all on the major spots of my face and rub it in like lotion. I have really dark circles and I have some redness and I'm breaking out a little bit here and there. So I use a peach and green color corrector. The Urban Decay Naked Skin color correcting fluids in the colors peach and green, and I put the green color corrector on all the little red spots I've got going on. The peach goes underneath my eyes. After you have your colors on, just take a damp beauty blender and blend it out. Okay, and now we can finally move on. Oh, I forgot, I don't think I've been showing the products. This is the Fenty Beauty Photo Finish Primer and the Urban Decay Naked Skin Color Correcting Fluid in green and peach. The foundation I'll be using is the Collab Meet Your Matte Foundation, and it can only be bought at Sally Beauty. It's pretty affordable, it's like $14, $15, and it is actually my favorite foundation right now. I still don't really have that much experience with that many foundations, but as far as like not as big brands, this is my favorite one. Ooh, I'm shaking the camera. One pump on the lower end of both my cheeks, and half a pump under my eyes, and then one half pump on my forehead. And then I just add more if I need it, but usually this is a lot, so I don't really need to. And then sometimes I'll use my fingers, sometimes I'll use a flat concealer brush or foundation brush and kind of like paint it everywhere. Just go up with it like that. Just spread it around. And I'm not blending out my foundation right now. I'm literally just spreading it out. And if you think you don't have enough when you're spreading it, wait till after you blend it out to add more, because it's really easy to spread around your whole face. Okay. And then after it looks like a 5-year-old face painted you, just start blending everywhere. Use the corner of that beauty blender to get into the creases of your nose and on your nose, right up in the corner of your eyes, lines out, blend down your neck. And this foundation does oxidize. It looks really white right now, but I promise this is my color. The setting powder I use kind of darkens it a little bit as well, so if it looks crazy right now, just always remember when you're doing makeup, trust the process. Go on my eyelids just a little bit. You don't want to bring a bunch of foundation on your eyelid because we will be using a base that we cut our brows with all over that, and then you don't want the product to get cakey where you're about to put a ton of eyeshadow. I think that's Corey. Or Aaron, I don't know. Everybody always makes noises here. I'm used to it. Also, I think what might be making me look so white is that I am very fair already, and this ring light doesn't have a lower and brighter setting, so it's just very harsh. Maybe I might try moving it back a little bit. I'm gonna see if that helps. Okay, wow, yeah, that helped a lot. Also, I just get very red on my chest when I'm nervous. After I'm done putting on my foundation, I go in with a concealer and I use the Tarte Shape Tape. And what I do is I just take a little bit, wipe off a lot of the excess product, and just dab it underneath in like upside down triangles, kind of, under my eye along the top of my cheekbone, and then all the way down to underneath my nose where we put that green color corrector. And then you do the same with the other eye. Just dab it on. Like that. And then then I also put some between my brows and bring it up along my forehead, just very gently. And then on my nose, I just do the same thing all the way down. And you don't want like a perfect line or anything because you're just gonna blend it all out anyway. And now you have your next layer of face paint on, and now time to blend it all out into one. After your concealer is all blended out, you are going to bake and set your face. I'm currently using the Tarte Shape Tape setting powder. I just got this one. I've only used it one time and I like it. I basically skipped around to a new powder every time I run out of it, and my favorite one so far is the Kat Von D one. Let's go ahead and bake and set. Usually when I bake, it depends on just really how I'm feeling or what's really working for me that day. I don't really have a preference for what brushes I use when I bake, or when I set my foundation. And normally I will set underneath my eyes with a dry beauty blender or just like a little fluffy brush. And I get like in the really deep corners and little wrinkles of my eye, I'll use this little angled fluffy brush. And I use this brush for a lot of things. It's honestly one of my favorite brushes. I didn't get this one from any collection specifically. This is actually from my school kit when I was taking classes. I don't know where they actually get their brushes from, but yeah. I'm just gonna go in with this angled fluffy brush and do underneath the really deep corners of my eyes first, or the really inner corners of my eyes, and just kind of pat it away back and forth. I have like really bad under eye bags and dark circles, mainly from allergies, and the allergies comes along with the redness under my nose. I've had under eye bags for like as long as I can remember. My dad has them really bad as well, so I get them from him. They can be really annoying when it comes to doing makeup, honestly, but I do what I can to work with them for now. And then to set the rest of my face, I use the Morphe E41 brush and just kind of press all of that powder in to set my foundation. I've never talked out loud for explaining makeup before, so this is a first for me. I didn't do any kind of practice run, and then in all my Instagram videos, I obviously put music over it, so I feel really awkward just kind of sitting in this room talking to myself with like no other sound. After my face is set, I like to let my face oxidize for a while and just chill and move to brows. For my brows, I use this really old, I've had this for forever. I use this really old Bare Minerals Expert Shadow and Liner brush. I had a brow brush. I had a brow brush that had the same kind of tip, but it was a little smaller with a spoolie on the end of it. But I left it at my mom's and she shipped it back to me, but it got all messed up in the package. So now I just did this one. Both of them are Bare Minerals. They have actually like really nice brushes, but these ones are really old, so I have no idea if they even still have this stuff. But the product I use on my brows, I don't use a dip brow. I used to use pencils, but now I am more into powders. And instead of like wasting money on a whole separate like brown powder for my eyebrows, I just use my 350 palette. And I use this nice shade right here. I'm gonna go ahead and do my brows. I will be right back. Okay, so I've finished my brows, and of course when my brows are fully fleeked, they look kind of wacky when I don't have any eyeshadow on. So I told you what I use for my brows and what brush I use. What I do to cut my brows and clean my brows with is the same concealer I've been using, which is the Tarte Shape Tape. To cut my brows, I just use kind of dirty, but this really random, like really flat, skinny, there's no label on it. I think I just like got this brush, like, I don't know, I have no idea where I got this brush, but it's perfect for cutting my brows with. Then I would bring down the concealer with that brush and then buff it out with the brush I used for setting under my eyes. You just clean off the powder, just blend out on your lid. With the same brush, I set again with the Tarte Shape Tape setting powder. Now we are ready for eyes. So first I'm gonna go in with my lightest shade, and I'm gonna use this really nice nude color right here. The brush I am using is the Morphe R37. All that on there. So you're gonna take that color, I think that's, oh, there's names on the back of it. The Silk Cream color. So right above your crease. Start in the corner and lightly, and just blending it out up into the brow bone, keeping it in the outer corner, bringing it lightly into the inner corner. Just really soft. I think I'll just switch back and forth because I don't really know what angles to hold my head at yet. So, but I will be saying each step as I go for whatever I am doing. Right underneath this blushy shade, it's like a brownie, like brown blush. I don't know what kind of. Start in the corner, small circles going up and up inward, and just start moving your brush in, going back and forth, very lightly. Next, we are going to use the Morphe M513 brush, this mocha color right here. And we're gonna try to keep this color mostly just in the corner. We're not gonna bring it all the way in to the inner corner, and start blending away. I just kind of want to make a little like V or a triangle on the outside of your eye, and just blend that out. Kind of like that, and then you go back in with your M433 and that color, and you just start blending very lightly. And then do the same thing with your last color and with the R37, and just go very lightly over the top of that. That's it for the dark colors. Next, we're gonna go in with the color in light and put that all over the inner corner. And I'm just using another random brush with a really flat end to pack that on. I'm just kind of like taking it in the middle in the inner corner and brushing it up and back towards the outer corner. You can take your M513 and take it and just blend the two colors together so you don't have any harsh lines. Okay, now moving on to the lower lash line. This is another brush that I've had from school, so I don't know what to call, but it is a little like flat, fluffy edge brush. That same mocha color. You want to kind of like connect it so you don't have like an awkward like space there. I'm gonna go with this brown called Central Park here at the bottom and just put it on the very outer corners of my lower and upper lid. Ever so slightly subtle little line. Now we move on to eyeliner. Guys, I'm definitely red because I'm super nervous, so bear with me. I know I look really crazy, but it'll start to come together, I promise. I look like a evil villain or something. I don't have any particular eyeliner that I use. I've just been using this CoverGirl. I'll put that eyeliner on, and then we will move on to lashes and contour. So now I have mascara and top eyeliner on. Now we're going to put some lashes on. The lashes I will be using are the Eyelure and Jasmine Brown collab in JB. I'm going to put those on with Duo Dark Tone Adhesive. While I wait for the glue to get tacky on my lashes, I'm gonna go ahead and put some black eyeliner on the outer corner of my waterline. Right on the outer corner. Okay, let's go ahead and stick on some lashes. But now I have my lashes on and we can start contouring, finally. The brush and palette I use for contour is the NYX Highlight and Contour Pro Palette and this Bare Minerals Handy Buki brush. I don't know, I think I stole it from my mom several years ago and it is my favorite contour. I use it for contour and it is my favorite brush to use for contour, and I will show you why. The two shades I usually mix together are these two, and then a little bit of this, and go back and forth with them, and then go into my cheekbone. And I want to start around by my ear and do right underneath that cheekbone, like right underneath where it starts to go inward, and brush up and into the hair. So just kind of blend it down, blend it around. Bring it up the side of my head onto my forehead. Sometimes if my contour comes on too strong, I take that big fluffy brush that I set my face with and kind of dilute it a little bit. Keep that up here, blend it out in the hair, and bring it down. Starting hard and then going softer as you get closer to your mouth. And then I take a smaller contouring brush and do the same thing with those two colors and go right behind my jawbone, just to kind of help that sharp line stick out a little more. The brush I just used for my jaw is the Morphe M437. And then for my nose, I go in with the Morphe E47, and I take the lightest contour shade on the NYX palette and just rub this flat end in there. And then I take the taller part up at the top of my nose and I just run it down to the tip. Just a nice straight line, and then kind of brush down the side of my nose like that. I have a nice line there that will soon be gone. And then we do the same thing with the other side and go up and all the way down, blend that down. And I have a very, very small bridge, like it's very close to the flat of my face, and it goes in almost all the way to my eyes. So I try to avoid contouring there because it already goes in so much, and when you contour, you know, you're pushing things in, and when you highlight, you're bringing things out. So when we get to highlight, I'm gonna put a little extra highlight there to help bring out that bridge. And then I take my favorite brush that I told you guys about, wherever that is. So just wipe all that translucent powder off, and then just kind of go in and blend down in little circles on your nose, and just kind of buff out that really harsh line. Kind of make it invisible. Next step is blush, and I am using the NARS blush in the shade Orgasm, right on top of that contour on the apples of my cheeks. After blush, we can finally move on to highlight. I'm obsessed with the Babe in Paradise palette by Bretman Rock and Morphe, and I'm going to use my favorite shade on this palette, which is Vacation. It's like a really, really like subtle gold color. Alright, so after that little highlight on the cheeks, we're going to take the same color and go right over top of our Cupid's bow. I'm really generous with that spot because it will get covered by lip gloss or wipe off really easily. I do a little bit underneath my bottom lip. I take the tip of this brush and, like I said earlier, on the tip of my nose, and kind of fade it up a little bit, but mostly just stay on the tip, and then a little bit right on that little bridge that I have. Give the illusion that I have a bridge there. This is what we have so far. There's my eyes, highlight, and next we move on to lips, and then I think that, oh, I need to highlight my brows. So we will take that brush that we did brows with, and there's this really, really nice flat end, really big, that I always just use the end of. And for brows, I don't use the same highlight as I did on my face. My favorite highlight, my favorite white highlight is the Jeffree Star Skin Frost Ice Cold color. and I think that is the perfect highlight because I think the lighter it is up there, the more lifted your brows look. I'll take this fluffy brush from earlier and just blend it out. So I have that highlight there now. And finally we can move on to our lip shades. This is like my favorite shade to use. It's like not too dark, not too light. It is the NYX Slip Tease in I Woke Up Like This. And we're just gonna put that all over the lip, no liner. Just gonna freehand it. I am using the NYX number 20 professional makeup brush. It's this little itty bitty thing. I use it for so many different things. I use it for cut creases, really skinny lines, lips. I use it for brows, cutting my brows. I use it for everything. I use all my brushes for almost everything. I feel like this is kind of dull, so I'm gonna go in with my Anastasia Beverly Hills lip palette, the volume 1. I'm just gonna take this white right here and I'm gonna just dab a little bit on my finger and just dab a little bit right in the middle. And it kind of brightens up. You don't need a white, you can also go in with a lighter shade and just do the exact same thing. It doesn't matter. This is the final look, and then last but not least, I finish it off with my Urban Decay All Nighter Pollution Protection Setting Spray. Just kind of all over. Sorry, I had an itch, ignore that. Hi guys, this is the final thing. You know what, I'm gonna add a little bit of highlight just in the inner corner of my eye real fast. I'm just gonna use my pinky, kind of touch base with the corner, open up my eyes a little more, and there you go. So this is the finished product, and yeah, I hope you guys like it. That is it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know what I could do better in this tutorial, because honestly I don't think I've ever watched the full YouTube makeup tutorial full through on YouTube. I hope I did okay. I went off of what I've seen before. Let me know if I should do anything differently or if I need to work on something. Again, I hope you guys enjoyed this. So yeah guys, let me know if you want to see any other makeup looks, what kind of more colorful looks you want to see, what kind of cut creases, halos, whatever. My everyday makeup look, more subtle stuff, makeup challenges, so on and so forth. And I will see you in the next video. Bye.